Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest World Tutorials. I'm KoiTGZ, and in this video we're going to go up against the new Hokora Rulers. That is going to be the Horse Devil. So pretty much with this Hokora Ruler, it's going to be slightly not too tough, but it can actually be quite annoying if you actually get hit with some debuffs. But pretty much you want to be prepared for this particular battle. So what I want to do here is, in a previous video I went over the main attributes to use here. It's just going to be two, so Zaba and Mera. So here I'm going to be using a Mera based team. So with this here, on my ninja, I'm going to have on Lamia's whip, so that is going to do some damage to the enemy, also buff up the following characters, and hopefully I can get some shadow weaves in this as well. Then over here, I'm going to have on Blair's Flame Spear. So this is going to do some pretty good damage, hopefully, especially when I get this buffed up, or to get this particular character buffed up to do some pretty good damage to the enemies. Then here, going to have a High Priest equipped with the Angel Rod. So that's going to be used for healing, buffing, and also resurrecting, and possibly giving a character an extra turn. So we'll see what happens with the battle. Then here, going to have a Demon Swordsman equipped with the Galaxy Blade. So that's going to actually work out quite well for this particular battle, especially doing some very good damage to the enemy. So with that said, if you want to know more about this team, you can look down in the video description down below. But now I want to go over the abilities of this new Hokora Ruler right over here. So this is going to be the Horse Devil. So the Horse Devil is going to be a demon type character, going to have around 120,000 HP, 2 to 3 actions per turn, weaknesses Zaba and Mera. So one of its main abilities is going to be Shihei Hanamuke Okuta, which is going to be Send a Gift of Death. That puts a death countdown on one character. Then after that, it's going to have an Akama no Inanaki, which is going to be Devil's Neigh. That does around 370 damage to all characters and absorbs 47 MP from all of them. After that, it's going to have a Warirawa Ishindotai, which is going to be We Are One Heart. This resurrects a fallen ally, so yes, that you want to take both of them out around the same time. Then after that, it's going to have a Homa, which casts Sleep on all enemies. Going to have a Mera Storm, which does around 200 Mera spell damage to all characters. Sandenzoku Merazoma, which is a Merazoma Barrage that does around 3 continuous Merazoma spells that do around 220 damage per spell to random characters. It's also going to have a regular Merazoma, which does around 520 Mera spell damage to one character. Going to have an Akama no Hizume de Fumitsubusu, which is a Devil Hoof Stomp. That does around 420 Dorma's physical damage to one character and has a chance to weaken them. Also, it's going to have a regular attack that does about 520 physical damage to one character. So notes for this particular battle: so defeat both Horse Devils about the same time so that one cannot resurrect the other. Use Protective Shield on all characters to protect against the effects of Homa. Get characters to full HP to ward off the death countdown effect, and then equip Gear, Souls, and Soul Pearls that give increased damage and or resistance to demon type enemies. So for this battle, pretty much the strategy is just to take both of them out at the same time. Also buff up my characters to do increased damage, so I want to take them out as fast as possible. So with that said, here we go. Okay, so here we go against the Horse Devil, so both of them. So here, going to have my ninja going first. So hopefully can get some shadow weaves. We'll see what happens here. Okay, good. So that's actually a good Horse Devil to shadow weave right in the beginning, because that one uses Homa right in their first turn. So here what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and use I'm actually going to go ahead and use Stimmy, and the reason why I'm going to use Stimmy because they do not use physical attacks that often. So going to go ahead and use Stimmy here as well. Here, what I'll do is going to use Ultra Hustle Dance. So there, with that there, also got buffs as well. So especially with my God Hand, I got a limit break to level 13. So going to go ahead and attack again, referring to the Pheonix. So going to go ahead and attack. So hopefully going to see some nice damage here. Okay, so some very nice damage on Horse Devil on the right, but I want to be sure that I'm not going to... There's a balance between the actual attacks. So here, going to use Super Gather Strength. So here, ooh, okay, got a share, so that's actually pretty good. Again, going to go ahead and attack, so hopefully something good here. So I think the one on the right is under 50% of its health. So I'll be able to see in a second. So yes, actually they're both under 50%. So here, going to go ahead and use Extreme Karma. So in this case, they're both weak. So in this case, what I might do is I'm actually going to go ahead, be a little bit dangerous, and going to go ahead and attack with my Demon Swordsman here. So one's down, and I should be able to take the other one down like that. Okay. So this Hokora is worth 24,063 XP. So the Horse Devil is a purple soul, and here I got a C. Okay, so that was my battle against the Horse Devil, so the two enemies here. So that was as you can see from the HP here, they actually do pack quite a bit, especially with the spells that they do have. So definitely with the team that I have here, pretty much just trying to take them down as fast as possible. That was actually quite good. So did some pretty good damage with my God Hand, but also especially with my Demon Swordsman doing some major damage by having a couple of buffs on to do most of the damage done to the enemies right there in the battle. So that actually did work. Of course, with Lamia's whip, buffing up my characters in order to do extra damage, and then also right in the beginning, able to get a Shadow Weave to prevent the effects of Alaudi Homa. So that actually did work out for this particular battle. So I don't have any Zaba-based weapons since it's just a fairly new, or actually a very new attribute that has come out. There's only one weapon that has that particular attribute, which I do not have. So pretty much the Mera team is the only team that I do have against the Horse Devil. Okay, so you're going to see that there was a bit of a jump here. So I actually wanted to add something to this video, so you can see some of my characters have changed around. But what I want to do now is actually go over the S grade soul of the Horse Devil. So that's going to be found right over here in souls, so right here by itself. So here, this is going to be a soul cost of 98, so not for like higher level characters, but definitely while you're leveling up your druid class at the lower levels, this particular soul will actually be pretty good, especially if you're going to have the rain cloud staff on your character. So definitely you want to actually have this particular soul. But here this is going to be a purple soul, and here with purple souls usually your major stats are going to be in your max MP, your magic power, and then also your agility. So here you can see plus 84 for your max MP, plus 120 for your magic power, and plus 84 for your agility. So for this particular level of soul cost of this particular soul, that's actually not so bad, especially the cost of 120 for magic power. That's actually really good. Then over down here for abilities, we're going to have plus 5% to spell damage, plus 3% to Mera spell damage, plus 5% to Zawa spell damage, and then plus 5% damage to demons. So this is actually a pretty good soul for, especially if you're going to go up against demons, especially like the Horse Devil. So yeah, I already have this particular soul locked in. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. So with the next video, most likely I will be going over the updates for October 24th. So apparently that is going to be main story quest 16. So we're actually going to be introduced to the final general of the Dark Lord. So that is going to be quite interesting. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you would like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.